Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Smart English Speaking. I'm Emily.
And I'm Leo. Great to have you here again, wherever you're listening from. Maybe you're having your morning coffee, maybe you're on your commute, or maybe you're just relaxing before bed.
Oh, that's actually perfect, Leo, because today's topic is all about exactly that, the things we do every single day. Today, we're learning how to talk about your daily routine in English.
Yes, this is one of the most useful topics for any English learner because guess what? Everyone talks about their daily routine at work, in interviews, on dates, with new friends. So, what's a typical day like for you? It's one of the most common questions in English conversations.
Exactly. And by the end of this episode, you're going to have a whole toolbox of vocabulary, natural expressions, and grammar patterns to describe your day from morning to night, like a native speaker.
So, grab a notebook if you can, get comfortable, and let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
All right, Emily, tell us, what time do you usually wake up?
I usually wake up at 6:30 in the morning, but here's an important distinction for learners. There's a difference between wake up and get up. Ooh, good point. Explain that. So, wake up means your eyes open, you stop sleeping, but you might still be lying in bed. Get up, on the other hand, means you actually leave the bed and stand up.
So you could say, I wake up at 6:30, but I don't get up until 6:45. 15 minutes of just lying there.
Exactly, we all do that. 15 minutes of scrolling on your phone, thinking about life choices.
Guilty. Okay, so after you get up, what's next?
Next, I usually make my bed, and then I go to the bathroom to take a shower. Or in British English, sometimes people say have a shower. Both are correct.
Right, and don't forget, we also say brush my teeth, wash my face, and get dressed.
Yes, and here's a pronunciation tip already. Get dressed. A lot of learners pronounce it as two separate hard sounds, get and dressed, but native speakers often link them smoothly, get dressed. The T at the end of get softens when it's followed by another consonant sound.
Ooh, I love that you're bringing in pronunciation already. Let's practice that together, everyone listening. Repeat after us.
Get dressed.
Get dressed.
One more time, a little faster like a native speaker would say it. Get dressed.
Get dressed. Nice.
Perfect. Okay, moving on. After getting dressed, what do you usually do, Leo?
I always have breakfast. Notice we say have breakfast, not eat breakfast, although eat breakfast is also fine and commonly used. Both work, but have is a bit more natural and common in everyday speech.
Great point. Same with have lunch and have dinner. Now, here's a fun fact. Some people skip breakfast, which means they don't eat it at all.
I could never skip breakfast. I need my coffee and toast or I'm useless for the rest of the morning.
Same here. Speaking of coffee, do you grab a coffee on the way to work or do you make it at home?
Ooh, grab a coffee. That's a great natural expression. It means to get something quickly, often on your way somewhere.
Exactly. I usually grab a coffee on my way to the office. Very natural, very common.
All right, let's do a quick recap of our morning vocabulary before we move on.
Good idea. So far, we have wake up, get up, make the bed, take a shower, brush your teeth, wash your face, get dressed, have breakfast, skip breakfast, and grab a coffee.
10 expressions already, and we're only at breakfast. See, this is why this topic is so rich for vocabulary building.
Okay, next part of the day. How do you get to work, Leo?
I usually commute by train. Commute is a great word. It means to travel regularly between your home and your workplace or school.
Right, and we can use it as a noun, too. My commute takes about 40 minutes.
Exactly. Other ways to talk about transportation, you can say, I take the bus, I take the train, I drive to work, I walk to work, or I ride my bike to work.
And notice something interesting. We say take the bus, not go with the bus. This is a really common mistake for learners whose first language translates literally.
Such a good point. In many languages, people say something like go with the bus, but in English, the natural verb is take. I take the bus to work. I take the subway. I take a taxi.
Great tip. Now, once you arrive, what do you usually say?
I usually say I arrive at the office around 9 a.m. or I get to work around 9.
Yes, arrive at and get to are basically the same meaning here, and both are extremely common. Arrive at is a little more formal, get to is more casual and conversational.
Nice. Let's practice a full sentence using everything so far.
Okay, I wake up at 6:30, get up around 6:45, take a shower, get dressed, have breakfast, grab a coffee, and then I take the train to work. I usually get to the office around 9 a.m. That's a beautiful, natural sentence. And notice Emily used the present simple the whole way through because we're describing a routine, something that happens regularly, not just today. Exactly, and that's a key grammar point. For daily routines, we almost always use the present simple, not the present continuous. The present continuous is for actions happening right now.
Great distinction. I take the train every day, present simple, routine. I am taking the train right now, present continuous, happening at this moment.
Let's pause here and do a quick grammar spotlight, because there's a set of words that go hand in hand with talking about routines. Adverbs of frequency.
Yes, these are words like always, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, and never.
Right, and here's the important grammar rule. These words usually go before the main verb, but after the verb to be.
Let's give some examples. I always wake up early. The adverb always comes before the verb wake up.
But I am always tired in the morning. Here, am is the verb to be, so always comes after it. That's such a small detail, but it makes a huge difference in how natural you sound. Absolutely. Let's do a quick practice round. I'll say a sentence with the words out of order, and Leo, you fix it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Never I eat breakfast. That sounds like Yoda. It should be I never eat breakfast. Perfect. One more. Usually am I tired? I am usually tired. Or I'm usually tired, using the contraction. Excellent. And listeners, pause the podcast right now if you need to, and try making 3 sentences about your own morning, using always, usually, or sometimes. Say them out loud. Don't just think them. Actually speak.
Speaking out loud is so important. Your mouth needs to practice the muscle memory, not just your brain.
Let's move into the middle of the day now. Work or school life.
So once you're at work, what do you usually say?
Common expressions here include I start work at 9, I have a meeting, I take a break, I have lunch around noon, and I finish work at 5.
Great list. And here's a really natural expression. I'm swamped, meaning you're extremely busy.
Oh, I love that one. Sorry, I can't talk right now. I'm totally swamped with work.
Very useful for real conversations. Another one, I'm on a roll, meaning things are going really well and you're being productive.
And on the opposite side, I'm dragging, meaning you feel tired and slow, maybe in the afternoon.
Oh, I'm dragging today. I say that basically every afternoon around 3 p.m.
The classic afternoon energy crash. Let's also mention lunch break vocabulary. You might say, I grab lunch with a colleague, I eat at my desk, or I go out for lunch.
And for students listening, school routines are very similar. You could say, I have class at 9, I attend a lecture, I study in the library, or I do homework in the evening.
Great! This vocabulary really applies whether you're working or studying. The structure is the same.
Okay, time for our pronunciation corner. This is one of my favorite parts.
Me too. So here's something really important. Native English speakers link words together when they speak quickly, and they also use weak forms for small words like to, at, and of.
Let's take the phrase go to work. If you say each word separately and clearly, go, to, work, it sounds a little robotic.
Right, but naturally we say something more like go to work, where to becomes a very quick, relaxed sound, almost like t.
Let's practice. Everyone repeat after us.
Go to work.
Go to work.
One more example. What time do you get up? Native speakers often say, what time do you get up? All smushed together. Smushed is definitely not a technical linguistic term, but it's accurate. It really is. Let's slow it down first. What time do you get up?
And now natural speed. What time do you get up?
This is actually really important for listening comprehension too, because when you watch movies or talk to native speakers, they're not going to say every word perfectly clearly. Training your ear to hear these linked sounds will massively improve your listening skills.
Great tip. So don't worry if you can't say it perfectly linked yet. Even just understanding it when you hear it is a huge win.
Let's move into the evening now. What do you usually do after work, Leo?
After I get home from work, I usually relax for a bit. Maybe watch TV or scroll through my phone.
Scroll through. Great modern expression. I scroll through social media before bed, meaning to look through your phone by swiping.
Exactly. Then I usually cook dinner, or sometimes I order takeout if I'm too tired to cook.
Order takeout. Very useful phrase, meaning you order food from a restaurant to eat at home.
After dinner, I like to unwind, which means to relax after a stressful day.
Nice word. I like to unwind by reading a book, or I unwind by taking a walk.
Then later in the evening, some people go for a walk, hang out with family, or catch up on their favorite show.
Catch up on is such a useful phrasal verb. It means to watch or do something you missed. I'm catching up on my favorite series this weekend.
Great expression. And finally, at the end of the day, what do you do before bed, Emily?
I usually get ready for bed, which includes brushing my teeth again, washing my face, and maybe reading for a bit. Then I turn off the lights and go to sleep.
And once again, go to bed and go to sleep are slightly different. Go to bed means physically lying down in bed. Go to sleep means actually falling asleep, closing your eyes and drifting off.
Great distinction. You could say, I go to bed at 11, but I don't go to sleep until midnight because I keep scrolling on my phone.
Story of everyone's life in the modern world.
Okay, now let's put everything together. I'm going to describe my typical day from start to finish using natural, connected English. Listen carefully, and then Leo will do the same.
Great idea. Let's hear it.
Every day, I wake up around 6:30 and get up about 15 minutes later. I take a quick shower, get dressed, and have a simple breakfast, usually toast and coffee. I grab my bag and take the train to work, and I usually get to the office around 9. In the morning, I check my emails and have a couple of meetings. Around noon, I have lunch with my coworkers, and in the afternoon, I usually feel a bit tired, so I grab another coffee to keep going. I finish work at 5, and then I take the train back home. In the evening, I cook dinner, relax on the couch, and watch a show or read for a while. I usually go to bed around 11, but I don't fall asleep until almost midnight because I always end up scrolling on my phone.
That sounds incredibly relatable. Okay, my turn.
Go for it, Leo.
I'm actually a morning person, so my day starts pretty early. I wake up at 6 and get up right away. No snoozing for me. I do a quick 15-minute workout, then I take a shower and get dressed for the day. I always have a big breakfast because I get hungry easily, usually eggs and fruit. I drive to work since I live pretty close, so my commute only takes about 10 minutes. I start work at 8:30, and I'm usually most productive in the morning. I have lunch around 1, and honestly, by 3 p.m., I'm dragging a little, so I take a short break and go for a walk outside. I finish work around 6, head home, and cook a simple dinner. In the evening, I like to unwind by watching a movie or calling a friend. I go to bed around 10:30 and I usually fall asleep pretty quickly.
That was fantastic, Leo. And notice how naturally you used adverbs of frequency, linking words, and all the vocabulary we covered today.
Thanks. And that's really the goal for you, listener, to be able to describe your own day just as naturally and confidently.
Let's talk about a few common mistakes we hear from learners when they talk about their daily routines.
Great idea. Mistake number 1, using do instead of make or vice versa. For example, some learners say I do my bed instead of I make my bed.
Right. Remember, make the bed, not do the bed.
Mistake number 2, forgetting the S in the third person for talking about someone else. He wake up at 7. That's incorrect. It should be he wakes up at 7 with an S.
Very important grammar point. Present simple, third person singular. He, she, it always needs that extra S on the verb.
Mistake number 3, saying I go to my work instead of just I go to work. In English, we usually don't use my before work in this context.
Great catch. Simply, I go to work, not I go to my work.
And mistake number 4, confusing in the morning, at night, and on Monday morning. Remember, we use in for parts of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, but at for night, at night, and on for specific days, on Monday.
Such an important distinction and a common source of confusion. Let's practice it quickly. Fill in the blank. I usually relax the evening. In the evening. Perfect. I go to bed early, night. At night. I have a big breakfast Sundays. On Sundays. Excellent. You've got it.
All right, it's time for our speaking challenge of the day.
I love this part. Okay, listener, here's what we want you to do. Pause this podcast right now and describe your own daily routine out loud from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Try to use at least 5 expressions from today's episode.
Don't worry about being perfect. The goal is fluency, not perfection. Just keep talking, even if you make small mistakes.
And if you want extra practice, try recording yourself on your phone. Then listen back and notice. Did you use the present simple correctly? Did you include any adverbs of frequency? Did you link your words naturally?
This kind of self-recording practice is honestly one of the fastest ways to improve your speaking skills. It might feel a little awkward at first, but it works incredibly well.
Absolutely. And if you want, share your recording or your written routine in the comments of this video. We'd love to see what you come up with.
Before we wrap up, let's do a super quick recap of the key vocabulary from today.
Great idea. Morning. Wake up, get up, make the bed, take a shower, get dressed, have breakfast, skip breakfast, grab a coffee.
Getting around. Commute, take the bus, take the train, drive to work, arrive at, get to.
Work and school. Start work, have a meeting, take a break, have lunch, finish work, I'm swamped, I'm on a roll, I'm dragging.
Evening. Get home, relax, watch TV, scroll through, cook dinner, order takeout, unwind, catch up on, go for a walk.
Night. Get ready for bed, turn off the lights, go to bed, go to sleep.
And don't forget our grammar points, present simple for routines, adverbs of frequency and their position in a sentence, and the correct use of in, on, and at with time expressions.
That is a huge amount of useful, real-world English in one episode.
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. I have to say, Emily, I feel like even I learned a few new expressions today.
Me too, honestly. That's the beauty of teaching. You keep learning too.
So, listener, here's your homework. Describe your daily routine out loud at least once today, using what you learned. Confidence comes from repetition, not perfection.
Exactly. And if you enjoyed this episode, please hit subscribe. Leave us a comment telling us about your own daily routine, and share this episode with a friend who's also learning English.
We read every comment, and we genuinely love hearing about your progress and your daily lives from around the world.
Next episode, we're going to tackle another super useful topic, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it.
Until then, this is Leo,
And Emily.
reminding you to keep speaking, keep practicing, and we'll see you next time on Smart English Speaking.